So this service is also a reminder of one of the core commitments of Unitarian Universalism, as often articulated in the fourth principle. We covenant to affirm and promote a free and responsible search for truth and meaning. If this is perhaps your first time at a Unitarian Universalist service, and we welcome all our guests this morning, both friends and family of our distinguished youth honorees. The Coming of Age program is a program for youth to explore and articulate their values and beliefs, culminating in these credos, these belief statements, as Nadine and Kira referenced, that they are presenting today. The youth arrived at their credos through wrestling with some of those big questions that people have wrestled with for many, many years. What is my nature? How do I know what I know to be the truth? Who or what is in charge? What is my purpose in life? And what is the meaning of my death? These questions have also served as the congregation's monthly worship themes recently to afford worship attendees an additional experience of those questions. And now the youth have put their answers, as they currently understand them, into their credos. The exploration they engaged in included some solitary reflection and also the support of their adult mentors, who you see. And each youth coming up with their mentor to present their credo will receive a chalice pin. The chalice, as you see here, and there, a recognized symbol of Unitarian Universalism, and this faith community, it is like a chalice in that it is a receptacle to nurture the flame of one's faith. The youth had their adult mentors as well as the support and encouragement of their peers, their fellow seekers, as all these questions were explored in both small and large group gatherings. And as a religious educator, I am very grateful to have the opportunity to facilitate those gatherings. And although we've done this several times as a congregation, it's always exciting and humbling to see and hear what a new group of coming-of-age youth will share as the program year unfolds. While many institutions have coming-of-age-like rituals, Unitarian Universalism ritual is unique in that the youth are free to articulate their own faith within the boundaries of the 7 principles and the 6 sources. And therein lies the richness of a progressive liberal faith and the hope that these youth embody for both the present and future of our world.
Humanity's great knowledge and power have brought problems, without a doubt, but luckily we do our best to improve the planet and help one another. One thing that I think we need to learn is that, despite being the planet's dominant species, there is still much that we do not know. I believe that admitting what we will not learn, while still trying to pursue as much knowledge as possible, is the key to gaining the greatest understanding of our universe.
Humans are, in my opinion, one with this universe and everything else, not in the spiritual sense, but in the more literal interpretation that we are part of this universe. We are as much ponderers of the great puzzle, which is space, as we are pieces of it.
Exploring the unknown is a never-ending quest, which is both fascinating and difficult. But as anyone here can tell you, there is no right answer.
I believe that the complex of religion is comforting, but I personally do not believe in a god or gods. And I feel that focusing on real-life people and the world around us is more important than worshiping someone that we may not know is actually there.
My beliefs, to be perfectly honest about the big questions, is I don't know. I just don't know. It took me about half the coming-of-age session to figure that out, but I don't know. And honestly, it took me the other half to come clean and figure it and say to myself and admit it.
No religion is correct. The only one that is right is the one that you choose to believe in. It's your life. My choice isn't fully decided yet, but I want to base it on Christianity. This is the religion that speaks to me the most. It makes me feel comforted when things are bad and gives me hope.
I do not believe in God, as I am an atheist, agnostic, and humanist being. I believe in the power of human beings to change the world in any way they believe is possible. I also believe that unless science finds out something, it isn't true until then.
Is there a God that controls us all? I do not believe so, but I can't be sure.
Another large part of defining your beliefs is the question of whether or not there is a higher power or some sort of divinity on our earth. And my answer to that question is that I haven't the slightest.
I don't know if Jesus is real, I just believe. I might not ever know for sure, but in my case, I hope that Jesus and God are real, because if not, who would be answering my prayers at night?
I personally believe that there is and there isn't a higher power at the same time. I believe that there is an energy that has no gender, race, species, or any particular life. It is a simple force that appears differently to all people.
I have no clue whatsoever if there's any sort of higher power or being that controls the flow of the world. But as far as my choices and my actions go, I do believe that I am in control. Because when I make a choice, I'm the person who either reaps the benefits or feels the guilt for what I've done. I'm the only person who can make the choices that I make. Nobody else can make them for me.
I don't believe anyone's in charge. I think everyone else is in charge of themselves. I don't believe I have a purpose. It's kind of just what I make it.
In my opinion, nobody's in charge 100% of the time, and that another worldly being is not in charge.
Jesus and or God are in charge. They are not greater than everyone else. They are equal and fair, but they have the power to help everyone in need and to keep people safe. Whenever you pray or look in need, God will help you and will answer your prayers. If not, then maybe it wasn't supposed to happen.
The subject of God, or who or what is in charge, I never really understood. And also, the universe was formed 13.8 billion years ago. But what was there before it, or who or what caused it to form?
I personally believe that there is a semi-conscious, omniscient entity that watches us all and doesn't take any action. In regard to fate versus free will, I believe that the future is fixed. I believe that at the time of the creation of the universe, everything was set in motion. All of our actions, thoughts, our lives and deaths were decided long before we came into existence.
Death is like the last page of a really good book. From the beginning of the book, you're always wondering what the last page says. You always wonder how everything turns out in the end. But you don't want to reach the end of the book, because you know that once you finish the last page, that's it.
As long as it doesn't negatively affect anyone or anything, you should do what makes you happy.
My purpose in life, I believe, is to help other people, whether it be supplying them with information or healing their wounds. My goal in life is to help others in this way.
It is my opinion that while you are on this earth, you should do what you love. Whatever your passion is, follow it. Even if you do end up wandering off the trail for a little while. You only have so much time to be alive, so why not enjoy yourself?
Humans have no real purpose in the grand scheme of the universe. Our purpose is to simply exist.
I prefer to base my beliefs off of knowledge and experience, which I don't have for God or death, so I'm okay to let those questions remain unanswered for the time being.
I believe that when I die, I will go to heaven, hopefully. I will be with my family and friends who have died, and be in a peaceful place and a safe place with God. That is, if I do good things in life.
What I hope to accomplish throughout my life is to help people take their minds off of the things that they don't want to think about. For instance, when I think about death, the most logical thing that comes to my brain is just when you go to sleep and you have no dreams. That's what I would assume it feels like, but then again, I wouldn't know.
I think it's more important to focus on life rather than death. As to me, death is an ending, and the journey you have on the way there is more important than the destination.
My death to myself means absolutely nothing, because I don't believe in afterlife or reincarnation. Death to me means an exciting final event of my life, of the hopefully great life that I showed to you.
I believe that something happens after death. It just may not be heaven, hell, or purgatory.
Uncertainty comes with the territory, but trying to find a truth of my own was truly a difficult and eye-opening experience. Our beliefs shape our actions, personalities, words, and character, and to explore the unknown was extremely wonderful.